Outdoors-Delmarva covers everything outdoors,
including real hunting and fishing situations involving wildlife.
We do our best each week to bring you tasteful content,
but viewer discretion is advised.
Now enjoy the show.
Outdoors-Delmarva presents Preserving Delmarva, our waterways and coastlines.
Welcome to Outdoors-Delmarva, the show that celebrates our communities, our cultures and traditions, and the places we call home. My name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch. And Jason, I'm so excited for our special this week.
I am too, and we have a lot to cover in a very short amount of time.
Well, then we had better get to it.
This is Outdoors-Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here are Jason Lee and Lauren Hitch.
Water is life. That's a fact. And the fact that Delmarva is surrounded by water means that our lives and livelihoods are directly affected by the quality of that water.
Taylor Swanson of assateague-coastal-trust shows us what they're doing to ensure that our waters remain healthy and thriving.
Well, we're here on the backside of Isle of Wight, which is this island right here in between the two Route 90 bridges, which connects over to Ocean City. So this is our first of 11 sites that we do weekly on our monitoring program. Isle of Wight is a cleaner site than most of the ones we get. It gets significantly more flushing from the inlet and from being out in more open water. It has water coming from St. Martin's River. It also has water coming from Assawoman-bay. So this is almost, in a way, our control group. This is a site that very rarely fails, but we test it additionally because it's a known swimming hole. So we test it both to make sure that people who are here are safe, but also it gives us a great baseline for the other sites that we are going to. First thing we're going to do is I have a probe that we'll put in the water that's going to measure our water temperature. It's going to give me a salinity reading. It's going to give me conductivity, which is a reading about the quantity of stuff in the water that can conduct electricity. We're going to get the pH from that as well. After that, I'll use a common scientific instrument here, which is called a Secchi disc. And this is how we're going to measure the water depth and the water clarity today. So I drop this in, and however far down I can see it, it then got little marks on it that tell me the depth in feet. And finally, we are going to take a sample, which I'm going to collect in this bag right here. And this is going to be brought back to our lab, and we are going to pipette out a portion of this sample and then add a chemical compound to it that is then going to help promote the growth of any bacteria that's in here. I'm going to incubate those, and then when we're going to take them out 24 hours later, and I put them under black light so I can see the colonies that have grown. PFAS is an acronym for the chemical name for what's commonly referred to as forever chemicals. So it's chemicals that have come from non-stick coatings on Teflon pans, on raincoats. It comes off tires. There's 20-something thousand PFAS compounds that have been created, and many are in products that shed that layer, and then it ends up in the water. And it's problematic because that molecule, one end is hydrophobic, the other end is hydrophilic. So one end bonds to us, it bonds to tissue in fish, in crabs, in the worms that live on the bottom. And as those things are harvested and we eat those things, it then gets into us and it bonds into us. And it's being connected to a variety of different cancers. It's a known carcinogen and is becoming a global problem.
We'll check back in with Taylor later on in the show, but up next, we'll meet Tommy Vach with the Ocean City Surf Club.
Preserving Delmarva, our waterways and coastlines continues when Outdoors-Delmarva returns.